Yes, I am live and it is late. It is after midnight, but I could not really sleep without saying this. Oh my gosh. I know yesterday or the day before yesterday, I gave a story time about integrity, you know, what actually occurred regarding um, an architect providing a service, providing a product, and then his check was stopped. And how that just is a bad reflection on the integrity and character of the pastor that stopped the check. I had already cued that on despite all of everything that was happening, that had happened in Minnesota. I had already queued that up, but I just couldn't at that moment or right after that speak on it because it was so disheartening, so frustrating, so sad to see that woman life, woman's life being taken. That, and then to see people debating or coming online talking about really misinterpreting what was seen. Our eyes saw. There's on Instagram, there was someone who was posting where people around the world was saying, "We saw it and she was unalived. We saw it and she was unalived. It was not her fault." The wheels were turning to the right. And now I feel, I guess I'm not in a quandary because I can make up my mind to. I told you that this year my block game was going to be on point. And to see certain people defending what ICE did, and even for that man who was not injured to call her a name afterwards, walk away, no limp, walk away, get in the vehicle and flee. And then there are people who are defending this that are friends with me on my Facebook. There's some things that I did let slide with some of the rhetoric and propaganda that they were spewing in reference to some topics. I would speak my piece, let them speak their piece, and boom, over it, right? But this takes the cake. This takes the cake when they are defending something like this. So now I will just go on and do the block game. I'm gonna do the block dance. People empathy has left the building. Sanity have left the building. Democracy has left the building. Justice has left the building. I am so, we say enough is enough. We have Congress people on both sides, primarily on the Dem side. Oh, they speaking and talking and talking and talking. And yes, to an extent, they are limited because they are not controlling the House or the Senate. But at some point, even if you're not controlling it, you should be definitely drawing up impeachment bills, drawing up what needs to be drawn up to impeach some folks, to get them out of here. Every day, every second, almost every second, every minute, there is something that is so untoward that is going on in this here America, and not just in America, but it is affecting the world. Now the world is looking at America and saying, what is wrong with you all? You all have put in place someone who has also put in place a whole slew of characters. They are characters who have no, they, they're not qualified in any position that they are in. They are not qualified. Yet, half of 40% of America, I don't know, 30-40% of America voted. And now some of them, yes, some of them are waking up. Some of them. And I am grateful for that. But more needs to wake up. There's enough Dems in Congress. Yes, it is overwhelming, everything that has to be addressed. But there's enough of them that they can assign in office one congressman, a congressman, a congresswoman, assign them to each issue to bear down on it. It's enough for y'all to do that. It's 200 and something of y'all to do that. And it may seem like it's over 200 issues going on, which probably is. But yet and still, you can assign a congressperson to deal with it and go hard on it. And that means being everywhere you possibly can, social media, go to the media outlets that will let you speak. I'm not talking about the Fox News, but there are other media outlets. Yeah, some of them are censoring, but there are other media outlets that you can go on. And you need to, just as much as the other side is spewing out propaganda and everywhere on social media, you need to be battling tit for tat. I feel like I don't want to feel hopeless, but in so many ways I do. In so many ways, I feel as if I feel that we are in the twilight zone. I feel that we are in an alternate universe right now because the way stuff has been allowed to occur. Yes, I do understand that the justice system going through the courts, it does take time, and they are trying to go by the rule of law and the Constitution. So they have to go step by step. But some of this stuff, Congress can stop in its track. And it's if they just give word salad. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just giving word salad, piling on the dressing, but ain't nothing happening. And people like, oh, they said this, they ate them up, they came down, what? But still, every day something else crazy is happening and occurring that is affecting millions of people. It's like we have become a joke. I don't want to be a joke. I didn't, I'm, yes, I'm American citizen, born, raised in the capital city, Washington, D.C., where you see a lot of stuff up front and personal. But I have not seen anything as crazy and wow as what is happening here and now. Since I have been able to be a qualified legal voter, I have not seen anything. Yes, we lived through the Reaganomics. We lived through even the Bushisms. But I be dagged on if this is wilder and crazier and unjust, weird. I can't even name all that it is. Some I don't even have words for what is happening and being allowed to happen now. I just had to come on here to vent. I had been trying to go to sleep, but this has just been weighing on me. Whether no one is listening or hear me, I'm just going to put it out there into the social universe. Maybe someone else can relate. Maybe someone else who's feeling the same way. Maybe you will see you are not alone. Yes, this is crazy. Yes, this is unprecedented. Yes, all of that. Yes, there are times you're going to feel hopeless. You're going to feel like this will never end. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, you want to be optimistic. Yes, you want to believe that finally good will overtake evil. Yes, we have prayed and prayed and cried and prayed and cried. Oh my goodness. I understand they did pass three of the 9 bills in the House. And under one of those bills, it is supposed to extend the subsidies for the Affordable Care Act. But it passed the House, it still has to go to the Senate, and then it has to go to be signed. But that's 3 out of 9 funding bills. So if they don't come back and really start dealing with the other 6, it's just going to be a partial It's just going to be partial funding. And there still may be agencies that can shut down if they don't do what they need to do by January 30th for all of the funding bills. So again, you have people hanging on the wing and a prayer, hanging on a thread, wondering, just not understanding, not knowing. And let's talk about the people who took that, what they offered in January, and then they officially was off the road September the 30th. And they were supposed to start getting us their money. And there are people who still have not got that money. When you believe a con, you get conned. That is so sad. That is so sad. I mean, it is so many people that have been affected like they have never been affected before. This is some new crap. See, I'm not I don't curse, but I'm telling you, it be right on the tip of my tongue with all this stuff going on. You know, I want to be a person to spread hope and say, believe and have faith, and good will overcome evil. Truth will run down the lie. I would love to continue in that vein. And I'm going to try, but I'm telling you, when you hear and see things, when you see things with your, oh my gosh, when you see things with your own eyes, and there are people who will twist it. J6, people just did, you know, remembrance of J6. And you see with your eyes what was going on at the Capitol. And then people say that didn't, oh my gosh. And all of them, a few, probably a handful, refused to accept the pardon. But all the rest were pardoned and accepted it. And yes, some of them still, because they got pardoned, felt that they was invincible and can do what they wanted to do. And some of them ended back up in state prison where there is no pardon unless a governor of that state gives it to you. You look at the state of America right now till you just don't even recognize it. I hope somehow, some way we will unify to become overcomers of what is happening and destroying our democracy. It's not red or blue, Republican or Democrat or independent or green machine, whatever. It's not, it's, forget all that. Forget those daggone labels. It is about good and evil now. That's what it's about. Justice and injustice. That's what it's about. So we need to let go of all them other titles right now because it's affecting everybody across the board. Well, except for the billionaires and the multi millionaires. I just have to believe that somehow there's going to be a reset and that yes, we are overwhelmed. It is so much information coming out, being exposed. And yes, we are overwhelmed because it's coming from the left and the right, but also it's uncovering things that need to be now in plain sight, that need to be uncovered. Because if we rip, a lot of times they say you put a band aid on something, but then they tell you at some point you need to take the band aid off and let the air get to it so it can fully heal. Well, now the band aids are being ripped off. So we need to see again, even though a lot of us already knew what America was, especially the melanated people, we've already known what America can be. We thought that a lot had transpired to the point that it wasn't as horrific, but we done went back in time and now others are feeling it. So if now you are feeling it and now you should be able to relate, then those others now really need to stand up and push forward. Those that are finally waking up and seeing what is what and what is for real instead of what is fake. Stop feeding into these lies. Your eyes are not lying to you. What you saw, J6, what you saw in Minnesota, your eyes are not lying to you. Don't let anybody twist and tangle up the truth. So I just wanted to get on here and just say something about what was going on because I just, it's just trouble. It's troubling me. It ain't troubled. It's still troubling me. And just seeing on my page, oh my gosh. Ooh, just thinking of the comments of some of the people talking about. And what people don't understand, these are ICE agents who deal with immigrants, not American citizens. They have no authority to be telling you to get out of your vehicle, ask for your ID, pull on your door. Let's get educated, please. I think so much of what is happening too is ignorance. The people perish for lack of knowledge. We need to get knowledge. People need to be educated. I think with all that has transpired, a lot more people are understanding how the government is supposed to work because it is so far from it. So now I believe people are understanding, people are gaining knowledge to say, what the heck is going on? This is not how this is supposed to work. So again, I'm going to keep on. I remember this song that Shirley Abraham, keep on praying. The Lord is nigh. Keep on praying. He'll hear your cry. The Lord will answer. He always do. Keep on praying. And that's all I know how to do, but I will be taking action. If you can call your Congress people, encourage your family and friends to call your representatives in Congress, and call even those that don't represent you, that are doing some wild voting and spewing some craziness. Call their offices too and say, "What's up? What are you talking about? What are you doing? We're your real facts." Because it's our voices now have to rise. We have to speak. We have to really become our neighbors' keepers, our brothers' keepers. We must. We must. And during the civil rights era, it was led by ministers, preachers. They gathered in churches to give people knowledge and understanding and strategy. We need to start strategizing so that change will come. And it has to start with we the people. So please, when you hear someone speaking ignorant, and ignorant means they just lack knowledge, then try to give them knowledge and truth. Even if you plant the seed, sometimes they may receive it, and that may help to awaken them. But at least try to help educate and give knowledge so more can be awakened to what's really going on, and they will become aware of the error of their ways and their thinking and their rhetoric. And hopefully they can switch it up. I was so happy to see the lady who was at the J6, the older lady who refused the pardon. And she stated, "I was there. I committed the crime. I was brainwashed. I was in a cult." That's what she said. "I was in a cult." She called it a cult. But also, we have to be reminded, those that are spewing out this hate, some of it is so deeply rooted within them, till some may not ever awaken. Especially when they can't admit that a lot of it is bigotry, hatred, and anger. So let's try to just educate people, give them knowledge to dispel the ignorance. And for those who still are hate mongers and won't change after hearing the truth, then we just move on. So again, pray, but faith without works is dead. Be blessed.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.